So now we're assembling a 3-inch mud saver valve. You have your cage, your piston, and your piston o-ring. You have your spear, your stem, your 2 o-rings for the spear, and your nut. You also have the carbide sleeve. You have your spring, and you have the lock nut, and you also have the 2 spear screws, and you have your lock screw, which is this little screw here. We're going to assemble the spear first. Make sure you have your 2 o-rings on first, one on the very top here, and there's going to be 2 bottom grooves. The o-ring goes on the very bottom groove closest to the edge. So there's going to be a o-ring, a space, and another o-ring. Put your stem facing bottom down, and it should slide right in. Put it on the vise, make sure it's tight. Grab your nut, put copper coat on it. Slide into place. Once it's in, tighten it with a wrench. Nice and tight. And there you go. That's fully assembled spear. Both o-rings and everything. Now you have to put in the o-ring on your piston. So when you're putting the o-ring, there's going to be a little groove on the top part. The top part has to be facing up, so it goes as such on there. Okay? Bend it in. Slides in just like so. Make sure it's in place. Once you have that done, grab your carbide sleeve, put it into place here. Make sure it's fully in. Grab your spear, put grease on it. Make sure it's well greased so it's easy to put in. Once it's level, get a rubber hammer and hammer it in. Make sure it's in there well. Get the excess grease off. And that is fully assembled there. So that's ready to go. Next, grab your cage, put it on the vise. Once you have the piston ready to go, put plenty of grease on it on the bottom edge here. As well, put some grease inside the cage just to make it easier for it to go in. Once that's ready, you can put the spear in. So it should slide into place, and then you just turn it in order to get the shear screws in. And once that, make sure it's level. Make sure you put copper coat on the shear screws. Put them into place. Fairly tight. Turn on the other side. Make sure you have both in. Again, make sure you have copper coat on them. And there you go. Now once that's done, You've greased the inside of the cage. You can go ahead and put your piston in. Make sure this face of the piston is clean. It will go in like so. Once it's in, you can hammer it in. Make sure this is tight so it doesn't go anywhere. Check if it's in. You'll know when it's in, you can't go any farther. Now grab your spring, get some grease on that one as well. Once your spring is greased, just slide it in. It'll go in fairly easily. Take it over to the cage. Once you have it on here, get your lock nut in to place before, so it's easy. Once it's in place, grab your screw, push it into place, make sure everything's level, shut the valve, and close the piston. Once you close the piston, you'll notice that the spring will start to compress. Make sure everything is in place properly to avoid any accidents. Make sure you get copper coat on the lock nut. Again, keep an eye on your pressure. Make sure you don't go too high. Grab your screwdriver. Once it does that, and make sure it screws in, so put a little bit of pressure on and screw it in. It should go fairly easy from here. Tighten it. You should have a line on your mechanism here, and you should see it. It should line up with the hole here. So you'll have a line, and it should line up with the hole. Once it lines up and it's tight, grab your lock screw here. Put some copper coat on it. Make sure it's fully in place. You can release the valve. Now everything's safe to do so. And last, your final O-ring that goes on the top of the cage. And your valve's ready to go.